All right, guys, this disaster is what it looks like when you take last season's race bag and attempt to clean it out to repack it for this weekend and the upcoming race season. So join me as I show you what will go inside. The first thing that you should be putting in your bag is the essentials, the things that you will not be able to race without. So obviously shoes, helmet, your bike computer, your license, heart rate monitor, glasses, and of course your kit. Couple of little things here. Definitely bring arm warmers and long finger gloves because sometimes for early races you never know how chilly it's going to be when you're warming up. Also, a little trick I like to use is the roll and rubber band. Keeps everything nice and together. The next most important thing to be packing is your race day nutrition. Of course, this is going to vary a lot depending on the race course, how long it is, how hot or cold your race is. On race day, I stick with the sport-specific foods because they'll give me the biggest energy burst while I'm working hard, and they're definitely easier to consume. A big tip is to open all your packages before you race. Always have an extra water bottle with you. This way you can hydrate before the race or have it for the feed zone if it's a longer race. One bottle will be water for me and one bottle will be a fruit drink sweetened with electrolyte tablets. I started leaving the blender bottle in my race bag because it's super convenient for mixing up post-workout and post-race recovery shakes. So I'll have that, extra water on hand, and my recovery powder. So road races are typically far away. It's a couple hours to get there. You have to get there early to warm up, to get settled and registered. And there's not a lot of options for eating on the way to or from. So make sure you bring options. An example of what food I would bring with me is some popcorn or pretzels for extra sodium and carbohydrates, more of a protein bar, some dried fruit or trail mix, probably make some sandwiches and bring a cooler and bring this drinkable soup. Of course, it's always good to have some incentive to get on the podium, and we all know that it's very pro to have a little bit of champagne if you make it, so pack that along. It'll give you some motivation. Don't drink it if you're driving, of course. Another tip to keep your race bag in check and not become a disaster is to utilize Ziploc bags. So I'll put all my race day nutrition in one. That way I know where it is and I don't have a bunch of gels floating around my race bag. Once you have your essentials, you can start filling in the gaps and adding some other products like any bike maintenance items, things to keep your muscles fresh like the stick and compression sleeves. Always bring a decent amount of options for changing after the race. You never know what the weather will be. I tend to cool down really quick, so I bring a big sweater to put on. I'm also a big fan of skirts for women. It's a lot easier to change into in a parking lot. These are the last extras that I'll throw into my bag at the end. Things like a hairbrush, SPF, some tape just in case, Band-Aids, some lotion, extra contacts and hair ties, some wipes for after the madness.